And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, ages from all over the world, as we start our second game here on Field 1 against New Zealand and People's Republic China mixed division crossover game. My name is Jonathan and I'm joined together with JP, and we're off here quickly as New Zealand quickly goes right here in the middle, streaking for number 99, Ireland.
New Zealand not playing around.
Hammer throw here is made, and will it be good? It's good! Number 17, Ruhlman brings it down. Scores 1-0 for New Zealand.
Samantha Ruhlman dominating the opposition in that play. A very trusting teammate throwing that overhead hammer throw to her, and she's able to bring it down with two hands safely to punch the first goal for New Zealand. Boy, this team is towering over their Chinese counterparts here, but we'll see what China cooks up with on the offensive end.
Great here as you see the replay. Great pass here from number 15.
What a way to open up the game.
Stevenson, what a throw from the New Zealand Manuka.
Beautiful hammer throw over the top there. And it was created from two amazing in-cuts that are kind of swirling for New Zealand. They are selling their open side cuts and opt to go to the break, and it happened twice, setting that point up for them. New Zealand, of course, running with a 22-person squad. Kind of thin for an international tournament, but we'll see how they hold up. Everyone looks very in shape here as China starts their offensive point. And a defensive play is made right away by the New Zealand player.
Whitlock, number 4. Amazing bid there. And now New Zealand's got a chance here to break. Fake here on the forehand. Looking for options. But China able to get that D back and quickly hawks it down to field. Is it enough? It's New Zealand streaking, and a bid there enough to bother China. Great bid there again for number 14.
Extension layout by number 14, Lokshan Robertson. After throwing that inside out throw just a little bit quickly for his receiver rather, making up for it with that defensive bid as he throws a big forehand. Is it gonna go all the way?
Number 4, and just right, tiptoeing in the headline, just the edge on the end zone here, and gets the score.
Nicholas Whitlock giving chase to that deep score as he gives that assist. New Zealand going away with it, trying to run away with it fast in the first half. They are now up by 1 break. Score is 2-0 to New Zealand. What a throw.
And amazing there is great defensive bid. And here's the catch here for number 4, Whitlock, at the edge of the end zone, and finally gives it in to number 16, Zoe.
And an excellent execution of their play as well, as when the turnover happened and the handler was calling his plays, his cutters were doing the cutting already, creating space for that deep cut.
And so far, what I've been noticing here, JP, is New Zealand won't give you a chance to breathe, rather, from those first 2 points.
Coming out of the gates really hot, Jonathan. It feels as though that they're doing the haka dance starting out of this game. Very intense New Zealand team getting an early break this game. Let's see if they keep the momentum going as China tries to rally back and score their first point of the game. A huge backhand pull right there,
and
helping New Zealand setting that defense right away.
And it's just right at the end zone. And will give challenge for China, but they quickly move it forward.
China getting steam now.
We'll see if they get momentum here. Yet to see, and a shooting dart forehand here. Is it enough? Goes around his fingertips here for number 6.
A nice read, but that throw proving to be too fast. to make that one-handed grab over there.
Younger almost had it.
A great adjustment by him, but it was not enough.
You can see there, right through his fingertips. Just a second late, perhaps, for him to just grasp it. It's number 14, Whitlock. Rather, 14, Robertson.
And a zone is thrown by China to stop the bleeding from the Hawks. Let's see how they respond. New Zealand throwing an over the top. Coming in too hot for number 61 to make a play. That was Ru Tan laying out for that disc.
And looks like a good response defensively by China, giving that zone look. It has paid them wonders so far early in game.
And this New Zealand defense hounding the Chinese players every cut that they make. But these Chinese players just proving to be relentless in making those little cuts work.
As number 6, Younger gets the score, able to redeem himself earlier. Punches it in for the first score for China.
Hyping his teammates up. Exactly what they need right now. As New Zealand came in hot with that, getting a first break right away, leading by 2 points. China looking to rally back, punching in their first point and hyping themselves up. Seems that that zone look on turn really worked for them in their favor, slowing down the New Zealand offense. As we look here on how they scored their first point, beautiful cut being punched in.
But as we look here at the replay, as you all see the replay here, how they scored, it's going to be a game of chess here, looks like, JP, as China provided a zone defense. New Zealand said, okay, we're going to throw our athletic plays here and throws with hammers with every chance we got here.
China is challenging New Zealand to make over-the-top throws since they are loading the handler space. But New Zealand not shying away from the shots they are given.
And we'll see if they're going to clear up the decision-making there, if they're going to holster those type of throws or rally around their handlers to try to move around the disc if a zone defense is going to be provided
And again,
by China.
This New Zealand team towering over their Chinese counterparts, looking to take advantage of their verticality in this point. As an H-tack is spread out and a quick upline cut is made.
37 here with the disc. Liam swings it all the way back to number 15, looking.
Big wind up. And it's just really challenging to clog those throws up with a big handler like that, stepping out.
And as you can see here, as we're looking at New Zealand, they've got a huge height difference here. Let's see if that's going to be a factor, but looks like the pass overshoots them, and China's got a chance to tie it all up at 2.
China blazing right now, running through their handlers. New Zealand doing a great job stopping those inside cuts for now, keeping them on one side as they give chase.
Gao John hawks it all the field. 2 players for China.
It's gonna be a 2-on-2.
And looks like a collision is made here.
A bid is made by the Chinese player and was hit by the incoming New Zealand player.
As we look here at the replay,
They might not have seen each other. And as we can see in the replay, New Zealand player really doing his best to try and catch his counterpart right there.
and avoid any injury even more. Great spirit there, even though minor collision happened. It's between number 10, Daiwei Sun.
I do believe that the call is made as they discuss this right now. It was a no. It's now a no contest.
We'll see. Game advisors here providing some help.
Guys in yellow this time around helping out. Again, these game advisors sacrificing a lot of time and effort. The disc is gonna go back to the thrower as it was contested. I stand corrected, ladies and gentlemen. It was a travel call on the throw.
Thank you so much there from number 42 Wood providing clearance there. A travel call there. Didn't see that coming. And China's got to get a chance. Darts in the middle, diving catch, but it's no good here. New Zealand will get their O-line in order. Number 12. Crosby's got the disc, swings it all over. And a hawk here is made. Two players here.
Boom!
Number 5, Charles Patterson gets it to go. As you mentioned, boom indeed.
Liam
JP.
Haberfield trusting that receiver with a very big throw, going coast to coast laterally, and just number 5 making that play happen for them. Charles Patterson going vertical on that one, catching that disc with one hand and landing emphatically, giving more hype to this very intense New Zealand team.
As you look here at the replay, number 37, not shy. Haberfield's telling Patterson, you have this? And Patterson says in reply, I got this, partner. Amazing throw, but
Look
great
at that
read.
catch again, an awesome jump. Not even giving his opponent a chance, jumping early and putting his body out there to position himself for that catch. The score is now 1-3. New Zealand takes a 2-point lead after that hold. They did turn the disc over, so China is doing something right on the defensive end. They just have to convert this one.
New Zealand at that point looks like saying height is might. Let's see how China counters that.
And again, with this very intense defense from New Zealand, not allowing this China team to breathe. But China looking very poised.
Yin passes all the way.
Isolation is made in front.
Number 33.
And a beautiful continuation right there.
They're right in end zone. Not shy here, but the pass is a little too behind for China. And a D there by 61. Rue has got a chance to give New Zealand great catch, leaping up. And looks like a foul's call, but great leaping catch there to keep the disc alive from New Zealand.
The athleticism of these New Zealanders are showing right now, Jonathan. And more than the athleticism, it's actually the aggressiveness to get that disc.
Jesse, you mentioned aggressive and not shy to give those athletic throws.
Nicholas Whitlock
Shoots
showing
it
that.
forward, and it's a one-on-one battle again here. Number 71, but it's out of bounds. Seems he had a chance there for a greatest, but number 8 from China, Jack Su, has other things to say and gets that D.
Whitlock just towering over everyone, getting that easy in cut, but apparently putting too much sauce in that forehand throw. It will sail out of bounds as the turnover happens and China tries to get this hold. A ton of noise coming from the sidelines of New Zealand supporting their teammates here. They go under on the support hander here, challenging those hard throws to make.
That's one thing that not most people see is the sideline energy is very important in Ultimate Frisbee. As Van Turnhout, number 69 from New Zealand, here the sideline cheering on his
They
teammates.
are amping up. They are amping up. And as you see here, the New Zealand defense is getting even more intense from those cheers. A big play is made and a beautiful awareness play by number 61. Rutan is everywhere in this first half, getting his hands on every plastic flying out there.
Great man-to-man defense. Stall count was rising. Upline cut for China was denied by New Zealand, and they have a chance here. Right here for the score!
And the same guy, Rutan.
And there's a call here on the field. And that's the reason maybe Rutan was wide open there. Looks like a pick was called. And 23, Stephanie Lynch will reset play here. Upline cut here as New Zealand is complete here. Got a chance for a score and gets it to go. Number 4.
Whitlock just being too big, too fast, too strong, too good in that play. Dominating over the defense. New Zealand is looking to run away from this one, Jonathan.
I'd like to credit the sideline from New Zealand there. It was at that sideline where that turnover happened when he was giving instructions. But look at the replay here. That great open
Whitlock just
Open
running
pass.
through his defender over there. And in a game like Ultimate, Jonathan, how important is it to be athletic and also be gifted with height?
Most definitely. But looks like before that we have a timeout here. And we'll be back after a short break. Live brought to you by Ultiworld. After that timeout, I believe that's from China.
A much needed one at that, Jonathan. New Zealand really busting out of the gates in this one, coming in hot, being able to grab 3 breaks already this early in the game. But again, it is early and China still has a shot at this. They are still in the game as this mixed crossover game, a must-win, if you say, which puts you in a favorable position to play the quarters in the upcoming games.
And so far, with New Zealand, as you see on the screen here, New Zealand's being led by Nicholas Whitlock. He's got a goal, a block, and an assist.
And he's also playing in this point again. Going back to the point, this 22-man roster from New Zealand looks to be a thin one for an international tournament, but if they keep playing their games like this and start out this way, it's not going to be much of a trouble for them.
Exactly to your point. And slowly looking at the stats that we have here, New Zealand 2-2 in conversions so far, and has a 1-on-1 conversion, or recovered points rather, from a turnover to be able to get that score. And they will start the poll here. Let's see how China responds back.
You know, the good thing about them calling a timeout is they still want to be in this game and compete. Let's see which adjustments they made.
So far, field is opening up. I think it's a backhand.
Whitlock again looking for his second block of the game.
Great extension there, but even a better read by Younger to keep that disc alive. And disc quickly downfield for China. Almost right in front of us here at this sideline. Number 34 got the disc. Liang looking for options here. And it looks like a switch is made here.
It's a blazing fast offense by China right now. I do hope their mids recognize it's a zone as the turnover happens.
Great run-through defense there by New Zealand, just when you thought that switch defense might be unfavorable for them, but they're right at the doorsteps. New Zealand to widen the gap, fakes that break pass.
And talk about fast. It was a matter of 4 throws, and right now they're in front of their end zone, looking at their 4th break of the game. This is going to hurt China a lot if they get it, as an inside out is made, and they punch in that 4th break point. New Zealand dominating this early in the game.
Emphatic spike of the disc there by Anthony Clark as he brings in the score, showing passion and love for the game. Widens the gap to 4. And just as we're saying, partner, JP rather, New Zealand's theme really is speed, speed, speed. They won't give you a chance to breathe. As you look here at the turnover, great run through defense here.
And again, that fast on the turn offense proving to be too much for China. And this nice inside out just adds salt to that wound.
And actually, that was a bookends play by Patterson, or rather Anthony Clark, number 10. As you can see here, such passion there. They're extremely hyped to get this game ongoing.
China not out of it yet, still looking very determined here. They did stumble across something, which is counter height. Speed and agility could work in their favor. With this kind of mismatch when it comes to physicality, they could get it in agility and keeping that disc moving. As I did see a couple of problems New Zealand had to face defensively when China had the disc going for them.
Just have to clean up some of their plays there, some unforced error or more so decision making of when to make the pass or holster it. As China has got the play here, number 12 has got the disc here. Liao, 24, Lee resets back to Liao, but misplay, costly, right at the doorstep of New Zealand's end zone.
That's gotta hurt, Jonathan.
It looks like Liao was already looking for their next pass and shoots it to the open side. Score!
Rutan, again, the name that we keep on calling for this team, just dominating on both ends of the floor. Rutan scoring a goal and giving a 5-point break to that New Zealand team.
Again, just as I was saying, it's all about unforced errors from China as we look at the replay here of how the score was made after that turnover. Silky pass there for Robertson all the way to
One
Rutan.
isolation cut, just won by Rutan, just dominating that opponent. But China still looking to get into it, calling their second timeout. They might have seen an adjustment they could make right now. Let's see if they could make a first half run to get things closer as we enter into a short commercial break.
We're back. After that timeout again, leave from China. There's a timeout called.
Very convincing lead by New Zealand right now. They are sticking with that original D-line that they threw in that got the first break, led by Whitlock for this team.
And Whitlock has been leading this team. And he's actually all the way from Wellington, a software engineer. As his day job, got introduced to the ultimate or to the sport immediately after high school. Club experience, been playing with Big Ultimate Club and Wildcats.
He has represented in the biggest stages of them all, representing New Zealand in U20. And he was the captain of the U20 squad in 2018 as well. So a very decorated player leading their D-line right now, playing a very important defensive anchor position.
And China, again.
China doing a host stack right now, trying to change it up with their mids. This could potentially open up a lot of more lateral throws.
And cheeky up and under pass there by China again. They need the disc moving quickly before New Zealand settles in their pressured man-to-man defense. But down the line here.
Beautiful cuts so far by China.
And Su's got the disc. Resets, pass it all over. Leaping catch there by number 33, but bobbles through her fingers.
Another unfortunate execution there by China, and the New Zealand player being aware enough to make a play on that disc for the turnover.
Upline cut is denied by China, but great break. Or open side cut there from New Zealand. 19's got the disc here, Magenes. Chased down, great read there by Joe.
Excellent patience here in front of their end zone, understanding the importance of the situation.
And China, I don't know by design, they're a little bit poachy on their man-to-man defense, or marking rather, on the handlers.
It does seem like height will be a factor in this game as
And
China is forced to step back
as you see
Whitlock
there,
makes a bid for it.
and looks like a clean D, but now foul is called by Whitlock. And it's between Whitlock and Xiao Go. It looks like
A uncontested
contested
foul.
foul.
Uncontested foul in front of the end zone. And a quick high back punches it in.
For
As
number
the disc
16, Zoe.
finds Zoe's forehead after that catch. A beautiful headbutt spike. Score is now 7-1. New Zealand running away with it early, but China not backing out. Still a lot of ultimate to go, guys.
And looks like another timeout is being called here. And it looks like a heat break is initiated here. And we'll be back right after this break here live at Oldie World. And we're back. If you just are joining, that was a heat break timeout, I believe.
It is getting really hot right now in Alabang Country Club. Still favorable climate to play in, though.
Hopefully we don't jinx it, because yesterday, JP, when I was commenting on the weather, at the last game, it just all of a sudden rained so hard. That was the reason for the lightning delay. So I don't want to jinx it. Let's not jinx it so far. But yes, beautiful weather in China. Looping pass here. Is it high? But great grab to keep the disc alive. And looks like a zone defense being shown by New Zealand.
Two-girl, one-guy zone being thrown by New Zealand. China having a hard time right now moving the disc around. And a beautiful zipping throw as I said that. And another looping throw. China looking to get their flow in.
Right on cue there, partner. Number 34 has got the disc near their end zone. Looks to get their second score here. Swings it all the way to 82.
This heat could be proving to be a factor as New Zealand looking a little flat-footed in this defensive point of theirs.
Maybe that heat break was what China needed. Get things in order.
Beautiful
Zipping
inside throw and a
great
nice
grab there.
Nice one-handed grab right there.
And he's all the way there.
Streaking,
Denied.
streaking for that upline cut. He was denied.
Zips it all back to 82 here, Pan. He's got all the room here. Number 1, Chen. Looking for options. Still a zone defense given by New Zealand.
Chen and Yue Liang being the steady heartbeat for this Chinese offense right now. They are taking care of this disc a lot better than how they started.
Chen here on the sideline. Sideline. Swings it all out. 'Cause that's not a place you want to be if you're against a zone. Number 34. Round and pass on the break side. Zipping it right the middle. They're right at the edge of their doorstep. Looking for the second score. Will they get it? No. Great defense from New Zealand to shut the door.
Very patient decision by the Chinese players. And here we go for that score.
Just as you said, partner. Being patient, they zip it to number 1, Chen. Bibs a score for 2. Decreases the lead to 5. Great play from China.
Looking like they found their flow finally, figuring this New Zealand zone out, being patient enough, but also throwing those little risky throws that pay off dividends eventually.
Look at the replay. Wang looking for options. And swings it to number 34 as he saw Leong. Leong to Chen for the score there. Pretty sure China is ecstatic to get their second score.
And here we go again. We were talking about the noise earlier from the sidelines. New Zealand not shying away from making a ton of noise before each point, hyping their players up as their O-line prepares to score another hold and get halftime.
As you can see here, looking at the scoreboard, and we're off here. China will see to try, rather try to shorten the gap. And looks like a zone defense is being thrown.
A change of strategy for China, looking to slow down the New Zealand offense. Let's see if New Zealand takes advantage of their verticality again and goes for those overhead throws, just as I called them.
One thing for China to do if they're going to be successful with this zone is they have to stop that upline cut by the handler. As you can see here.
I'm feeling a lot of hammers and blade throws in this point.
And they're not shy, and right on cue, JP. And right on cue again, hammer throw. They're right at the doorsteps. 21's got the disc, looking for options here, swings it all the way.
Nice and zippy. Perfect counter break cut right there. New Zealand not shying away and getting that score. They now take half. The score is 8-2. New Zealand up by 6 and running away with it to start the first half. Let's see if China can mount a comeback. Still a lot of ultimate to go, guys. And we'll see you after the short commercial break.
we're back. Approaching second half of this game as we see here at the screen, China trying to rally themselves together. As we look at the stats here, JP, what do you see here so far as a story and the theme of this game?
Well, for starters, I think the turnovers are not correct. Obviously, China has turned over the disc quite a few times over this game, but honestly, it's all about just intensity. That has been the story of the first half, with New Zealand just coming out of the gates with blistering heat and wanting to get that early lead, and an early lead they got. Score is now 8-2. It is quite lopsided in the first half, but anything can happen in Ultimate.
Exactly, so to speak. And I think keys for the game here, if I may start for China, is they have to play their pace. They have to definitely play their pace here. Definitely they need to take advantage of their speed and agility, but not be forced by the amazing pressure defense, man-to-man defense set by New Zealand, which is, I think, is the key part for New Zealand. Why they're up big here, JP?
And I was sitting down earlier with Erwan from China. I was talking to them about this team. He said that although this team may not be young, they are considered a new team, as this is their second time for a few players to join AOUGC, and most of their rosters are first-timers in this kind of a tournament. So far, they are doing well in the tournament with a 2-2 record. Again, this team having to do a tryout selection, but initially winning the Guangdong Regionals for China, earning that berth to represent the flag. They are looking to mount a comeback here. Let's see which adjustments they do.
Beijing, Chinese Taipei,
As you mentioned there, People's Republic China with a 2-2 record here, starting off losing with a game against Otter Singapore 15-8, and also losing against, I believe, checking just the stats here, but so far they have a great record of 2-2 here. So trying to mount a comeback as they win. But on the flip side here, Manuka or New Zealand Mixed are paired up or grouped together with Japan Mixed, and they had a competitive game there, losing just by 5 points against Japan Mixed, but also losing against Pioneers with a quick by a margin of 2. As we look at the participants, we see here China happy to join and happy to be here live at Ayala Alabang and watching their compatriots to try to mount a comeback to win a game.
And again, this is a very lopsided game to start, but it is a must-win, so we are expecting something different from these Chinese players. Hoping for a change in the second half. It is a must-win game. It is a crossover for the mixed division, and this will pay dividends later on to figure out which standing they are going to start in for the playoffs or the quarters.
And looking at the TV screen, and the poll is off.
New Zealand again sprinting down with a full effort defensive stop here, denying that forward throw initially.
Not giving a chance for China, again breathing down their neck. But China will look for an answer here at the second half and try to get their first score, and a call is made. Looks like a pick by the hand signal, or hand gestures.
China's middle cutter is doing an excellent job opening up the break side so that they can create more cuts off of that.
And look here, excellent defense. And as I said,
What
that
a
great
shutdown
man-to-man defense here by New Zealand has a chance to get the score. First score, second half, 14. Robertson looking for options, looking the break side throw, but a call is made. Looks
He
like
is
a pick.
winding up for that big throw. It may be coming after this, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like pick is called. It's either be stall count of 6, I believe, from the hand signals by New Zealand, the number 14, Robertson. And wind up again, fakes it, looking for options. Another pick is called. He is not shy of letting that forehand go, JP. And this is play, looking, and he gets it. And a bobbled play by 16, Zoe.
Awesome
Misplay.
defense by China there, not giving up on that play, seeing that miscommunication happen and running through right away.
But stall count is rising, but great pass here, but
Foul is called.
foul is called
I
here.
think an offensive cutting foul is called. They are
67.
discussing it right now.
57 Yen will go back to his original position where the foul occurred.
Manuka's number 14, Robertson.
And here quickly, as stall count rising, was able to reset the disc. 67, darts it to the middle. Great sticky hands from Jiang. Loads it out downfield. Is it enough? Will she get it? And she gets it to go for the score. Number 18. Number 19, rather, Liang for the score.
Liang doing an excellent cut, timing her cut to open that deep side for that nasty throw to happen right there. An excellent isolation cut by number 19 for China. Let's look at the replay again and see how they were able to take advantage of the spacing, as no one is there deep but number 19. Zeroa, as she is called by her teammates, being the speedy deep cutter that she is, providing that much needed goal that China needs in order to ever hope for mounting a comeback in this lopsided game. It's an uphill climb, but who knows? It's everyone's game. 18-year-old Ziru Liang
Has
looking
been
to
playing
change
for
things.
7 years, partner, and still a high school student.
Definitely a grassroots result.
And looks like we'll see if that is the comeback, or momentum rather. China is looking at the second half. Ball is going to be initiated by Chunhua Yao. And New Zealand will try to get a score first, or first score for them at the second half. Blaze, is it right?
A side stack is set up by New Zealand. They look for that hook immediately. Number 99 giving chase and skying that disc for that goal. Pose it up. Beautiful catch by number 99, Zaria Ireland. What a read and a beautiful play by the mids of New Zealand, creating that much needed space. And a beautiful put by the handler also from New Zealand, attacking the defense and throwing that disc over, not even giving anyone a chance for that.
As you look here at the replay, number 37, Haberfield, not shy. As you see, 99.
Ireland boosting it.
Great read. Amazing play. And New Zealand recognizes if you give them an inch of space, they're going to shoot it right to the end zone. Amazing play. But number 99, Ireland. Who's got a lot of experience under her belt, club experience with Misfits, Blueberries, and has represented in national level tournament as well as international lately as a U24. This year, actually. And just looking at that, wouldn't be surprised if she had provided those athletic plays with that great resume she's got at her young career. And China will try to answer here.
New Zealand, again with this very intense defense that they have, but China slowly chipping away and getting yardage, being helped by their sideline teammates here, telling them where to run. They do an excellent job of getting that disc reset on the open side. Let's see if they swing it all the way laterally. Number 1 does not like the look. Instead opts for an inside-out cut, which is going to be fumbled. An amazing throw, but a sad turn of events for number 82 from China, as that disc was buttery enough to be caught. Unfortunately, she fumbles it on the last second. She will try to get it back here on defense as she marks the New Zealand handler.
And as we hear, New Zealand slowly marching it down the line, looking to try to make a play of their own. Quick 1-2 pass. A miscommunication between 69 and 45. 45 wasn't expecting that disc to her, and China's got the chance to decrease the lead here, right at the doorsteps, so to speak. 20.
China
the West
punching
score
in.
gets it to go for number 82. Yun Ying Pan gives them a score of 4 and eliminates the deficit by 5.
This New Zealand team still looking determined though, sitting on a very comfortable 5-point lead. China is getting momentum in this game, but it has been a back and forth so far.
As you look here at the replay, amazing pass here by number 3, Wang. Actually, no, number 20, Wang. I think great flow. First time I was able to see a great flow by China, all in one side to get the score.
China excellent in figuring out what the defense was giving them and taking it with intent, thus giving them another point in this game.
If China really wants to make a comeback against this mighty, tall, and athletic New Zealand squad, got to get a number of stops here.
They do have to get a break this game, and they have not gotten it so far. If they ever hope to get closer into getting a win, they have to make plays defensively.
And 77, Pai Da Chen initiates the pull
New
here.
Zealand sprinting downfield, setting up that side stack, and everyone clearing out with an in-cut towards the end of the stack. Beautiful defensive adjustment by China there.
Looks like thought there would be a huck there, but denied by China. New Zealand patiently marching the disc forward, and they're right 3/4 already at their field.
Blistering hot offensive scheme by New Zealand, and it's gonna sail in
And
throw
great
it in.
presence of mind to tow it down the line by Edwards.
Megan Edwards punching in that goal for their 10th point of the game.
And New Zealand not letting off.
New
speed
Zealand
here.
offense clicking right now. On fire as we enter the 15th point of this game.
So far, it's just been extremely challenging for China to just make a momentum-changing defensive play, due to the fact that New Zealand has been using their speed, agility, and most importantly, their height.
Stevenson being able to reach out for that long backhand throw, going around and sailing just enough for his teammate rather, to make a play for that goal. New Zealand is 5 points away from this W. They do have a chance to finish it early and get that much needed rest for their next set of games. This defensive line is again led by number 4, the towering Nicholas Whitlock, providing the much needed energy for their defensive line.
As we can see here, China quickly at the brick mark, swings it at the middle. Quick 1-2 play is denied by New Zealand. Speaks in volumes of their man-to-man defense, but China quickly passing it forward here. Pick is called. We'll stop play momentarily. But that's the key for China, really, is playing at their pace, which should be faster to make New Zealand trail behind as much as China want.
And I would like to see China run a couple of deep routes for their cutters in order to just create more space on the in cut.
And then notice here, the markers of the handers are not giving an inch, and that's the reason why the reset is much more harder than usual. But here, China at the other side of the field, looking to score upline.
Beautiful pass and an even more excellent throw to put that goal in by number 8 for China, Jackie Su, with his first goal of the game.
Great upline cut there, initiated using his speed and athleticism to get the score and remove the deficit or decrease the deficit by 5. So look here, initiate by lateral cut by number 2, and just when you thought he's going to be trapped.
Throw right there.
Great catch there.
It caught his marker off guard too. His marker obviously was not looking for that throw. He was caught off guard with that nice cheeky backhand throw. And as much as New Zealand wants to finish this game as quick as they want, Jackie Su and company has something to say against it. China still sticking on this one, not going away just yet.
We'll see here. Your screen rather. China ready for the pole. Play is started. Will be little close to the end zone. Great pull there. And New Zealand, it looks like a little of a still a man-to-man defense. I've noticed that they switch momentarily there.
This is kind of risky as they are isolating the biggest thrower on the field, number 14 for New Zealand. They are leaving him alone, and a big windup could be coming.
It looks like they're trying to switch the play every now and then, but looks like a high pass there. Too high for his taste, and China gets the chance to break here.
Rutan trying to rebound that disc, wasn't enough. China now blitzing through, trying to get the first break of the second half.
27, Xiao Yun rather, has the disc. Stalkout is rising, swings it. Number 20, Wang.
Beautiful fill-in defense by number 12, denying that break pass.
And shoots it forward. Is it enough? 2 players there. And looks like China was able to get it down. But 37 also has a hand of his legs, Liam. And it looks like a spirited decision. Looks like 37 had the disc first. And New Zealand will get the disc back.
A nice inside-out throw, breaking the zone for China.
Just at that, they are just right in front of us here, near their end zone. 37, Haberfield leading the way here.
China not giving up on their zone just yet.
New Zealand countered that with lateral cuts.
Now they go with an honest person-to-person defense.
And Haberfield here, he's got it.
Haberfield loving that small ball offense.
And gets it to go for number 99, Zaira. Ireland again with her second goal.
This New Zealand O-line proving to be too much. They are turning the disc over and showing some signs of what could be potential weakness for this line, but China failing to capitalize and get that break.
And that is caused because of the trusty and reliant defense made by New Zealand. As we look here from that hawk and see that beautiful
What a
lead.
left-handed defensive grab by number 37. And here on the turn, abusing that small space and using that lateral movement to just open him up for that easy backhand throw to the end zone. Score is 5-12. 3 more points and New Zealand walks out with a W. What do you think could be an adjustment that China can do in order to alleviate that?
Well, as we mentioned earlier during the halftime break, it's all about utilizing their speed and agility. But the problem there is New Zealand has excellent man-to-man defense. To be honest, I don't have an answer right now for China in terms of what they need to do to adjust their game. Because whatever they do, New Zealand's got an answer as they initiate pull here. Pull will be just at the other side of the field.
China looking to get on board again. They have been playing smoother offense, scoring 3 more points than what they did during the first half. This could be early signs of a run.
But look, a great bid there to keep the disc alive for number 26. And back fast here.
Oh,
too
no.
fast, too strong for China.
A miscommunication play happening right there. Could be costly. 14. Pumps it to the end zone, but it will not connect. It is too low and too fast for his receiver rather. China gets another chance to get this hold. A little hurried on that last throw there as China picks it up and starts their offensive point.
And looks like 19 with the D there. Mugginess.
A quick give and go again. This has been the bread and butter for China so far. It has been working in the second half.
But just as you would say it, initiate play there, great catch there, a nice upline throw. Japan has a chance.
And
Number 96, Xiao.
a girl is open at the end zone.
Not sure why China, why they might be afraid of the athletic plays that New Zealand's got. Why they're holstering that throw to that open girl. And great
Almost.
bid there from both players. The China gets a hold of that.
There needs to be more activity for China in the middle here in order to get that disc moving. Hopefully this is the one.
Fixed. Nice floaty pass. Right to
Excellent
the break
lateral
side.
swings right now for China. But New Zealand amping up the pressure. Their sideline making much more noise now than usual.
Great pass down the middle. They're right at the edge of this.
Riley Turnhout marking, using that excellent height. But China finding the middle ground.
Not sure. Momentarily, there was an open girl there at the open side, or break side rather.
China is now in very good position to score.
Using that quick 1-2 to try to get open, but shut down. And looks like that open player will get the disc finally, number 1.
An awesome find by that handler there, looping that forehand throw to her teammate.
Number 7 rather, Jiang with her score. All smiles from her as he brings it down. Gives China's score to 6.
Chang staying composed on that catch, even with a trailing New Zealand defender there giving chase.
Look here at the replay. It looks like China really wanted to get that score. And as you can see, this bladed throw into the end zone by none other by
Zhang.
number 8, Su.
Su with a beautiful standing forehand throw right there that finds her teammate just in the nick of time to make a play.
So far, it has been Jiang and Su leading China here.
Score is now 6-11. China not refusing to give up in this game. New Zealand looking to run away with it. No breaks have been given by this New Zealand O-line, although they have turned the disc quite a few times. I would like to see them take better care of the disc, especially in such a good position, leading by as much as 7 points in this game.
Look here at the defense of China. This will be an important one to try to at least
A
get
one-on-one
comeback.
deep is gonna happen. Number 17 running and going over that defense.
Samantha Ruhlman with the read, rules over for New Zealand. Widens the gap to 6 and brings them to 12 here.
A towering play by who was it?
Number 17.
Number 17,
Samantha Ruhlman.
Ruhlman. Just towering over that defense, grabbing it with 2 hands. And it was obvious, Jonathan, that that play was for her. Three China players giving chase, but she was just too much on this play, beating that defender one-on-one. And if you can see here on the replay, there was no there was no separation, but they just trust this player so much. They're willing to put it out there in space for her to make that play.
Sime Wei of People's Republic China was right there. And we'll have a short break called by a heat timeout, and we'll be right back from this break. And we're back from that heat timeout.
Still a heated game though, even after that heat break.
Exactly to your point, JP. As we look here, New Zealand pulling away with a lead of 12. They have a margin of 6 here. 3 points away from calling it a day. As you can see here at the sideline.
It has been a back and forth, and it has been a game of halves. China really having a hard time during the first half, being able to bounce back, scoring double than what they scored during the first half. It actually has been a back and forth during the second half, and New Zealand is having a hard time figuring out the Chinese offense after that half.
But it looks like because of that large lead, need a large comeback here, but we have a timeout and we'll be back after this break. we're back. Looks like a strategic timeout from China. Taking advantage of the heat break and then calling a timeout after that heat break. Still 20 minutes left in this game. China will look for more ways to what you mentioned earlier. It's been a back and forth game in the second half, but due to the fact of that large deficit that they put themselves last in the first half, they've got to do something here to get back in the game and possibly win it.
And a line adjustment by Manuka here. Number 15, Troy Stevenson, who plays for the O-line, is now playing defense.
Looks like that's a sign from them that they really want to take this game and call it a day.
Even Rutan, originally a defensive player, now originally an offensive player rather, now playing for the defensive line. And they are giving a zony look for this Chinese team to figure out.
Just as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, New Zealand sticking to a tight lineup here. I think for some reason they're trying to win as many games. They've got a win-loss record of 1-2. So they really want to get this in the books to stay in for the road to gold in
nice
this
lefty
AOUGC
throw there.
tournament. 82.
Very cheeky lefty throw, starting that offense going for them.
Here's what we're saying here, the quick 1-2 play of China. And here, looping forward pass right into the end zone for number 34, Yilun Liang for the score.
A beautiful way to punch that score in. Looking very poised is this Chinese squad. They seem to have figured out the defensive looks that New Zealand has been throwing. And this could bite back New Zealand since their main player, number 15, Troy Stevenson, has to play back-to-back points after risking a defensive point with him on there.
And to your point there, we'll see if that's going to be unfavorable for New Zealand as they are forced to play back-to-back points.
This could be a factor for them, and China is slowly inching their way back into this game. Still a lot of ultimate left, as you were saying, Jonathan.
17 minutes left, a 5-point deficit for China, but that's the beauty of our sport. If you play until the last whistle or the last point, it's anyone's game here. And we're off for the pull. New Zealand. And swings to the middle for New Zealand. Man-to-man defense here.
They are looking to give the disc back again to their main guy, Stevenson,
And
who
Steve
on cue gets it and now looks for that hook. Decides not to give it this time around.
pulls it back, looking for patient play, saying we'll try to bring this slowly and methodically as possible as they're at the middle of the end zone. Quick 1-2 play here. Nice upline cut here. Upline cut, rather.
Just attacking those inside spaces with huge yardage cuts, as you can see here.
Haberfield's got the disc. Little poachy mark here from China. Number 80's got the disc, fakes the break pass, looking for Haberfield. He's open, cheeky hammer throw, and puts it in for number 12. Anna Crosby for her first score. Widens the gap to 6.
And as you see again and again, just the verticality and the advantage that New Zealand has in terms of height against these Chinese counterparts. Number 15, towering over and catching that off of an awkward hammer angle as we check that back again. Number 80 Kelly Carter doesn't like it, but instead opts for an overhead throw, which is easily brought down for the 13-point of New Zealand. Score is 13-7 in favor of New Zealand. 2 points away from getting this W, but China still looking very determined, not giving up on this game.
Great recognition there. You saw that in the replay. A great recognition. Seeing that China marker was biting every fake, she knew that the hammer option or hammer throw was an option for her. 2 points away from calling it a day for New Zealand. And we are off. China just looking for some... Well, excuse me, actually. For China, rather, their O-line has been perfect so far. It's really their defense that really needs to ramp up, get some stops here if they really want to win this game.
And again, the small ball offense working for China here. They have figured out this defensive look by New Zealand. Let's see if they can actually come up with a break, which is their main problem here in the second half. Their O-line is clicking. They are scoring their points, but it is still a back and forth with no breaks given yet on either side.
But a good adjustment from New Zealand here. But as I said, that hammer throw on the other side at the doorstep. Great throw there. Number 33 fakes it down the middle. And number 8, Su, looking for options here, slows it down. What a great hammer throw there.
And New Zealand recovering really well with that hounding defense. China is forced to take a couple steps back in order to get that reset done. As I am speaking, they went through that zone and attacked it. Seems that China likes to take a step back and take 2 steps forward after that.
Which they're willing to do just as long as they keep the disc alive and have a chance to score.
New Zealand defense really finding this challenging as a looping cheeky throw is caught. What a beautiful throw right there. Kind of creative, and he made it look easy at that.
And a great presence of mind by Jackie Su to put it down.
Even the New Zealand players are applauding that play. And I must say, Jonathan, that was a pretty nice play.
2 throws in a row. Prior to that, the hammer throw was given.
Here we go
See
again
here
that
at the
replay.
end zone.
A nice looping throw, catching the defenders off guard, and even the New Zealand players have to applaud that one. An amazing catch as well was made, towing that line, making sure that the goal is going to be punched in for China.
But just as we mentioned here, China has got to get out some stops here. You can't just, for a deficit this big, they can't just trade buckets here, or points rather.
And you know, as I was talking to Erwin earlier about this program, this Guangdong team that won their regional championship just 2 months ago, they are looking to get as much wins as they can and experience. But honestly, I asked them what could be the factors on how they can recover from this game. And Erwan told me that it's all about stability, that they definitely found in the second half, scoring 6 more points than what they did in the first half.
Looks like they got gutted out at that first half, which is the reason why they're at this large deficit.
Another isolation for the deep.
Holstered there, rostered back by New Zealand.
New Zealand again quickly to restack, creating another deep cutting route.
And as you said, that Hawks downfield, it's 37. Will he get it? But no, it's 17, brings it down. Ruled by Ruleman there. But there's a call.
A travel is called on the throw. as Ruhlman could have brought down their 14-point coming from that early jump from her teammate. She was able to recover that disc. And good thing she caught it too, even though the travel was called, because it will be a turnover if ever she decided not to go for that disc.
Looking at that replay, amazing defensive bid by China just to bother Haberfield there. And that's the reason, those two China players was the reason why Haberfield had trouble to get that disc, but Ruhlman was there. But as we mentioned, a call is made and disc will restart here. Restart with 99.
Again, another deep route run by New Zealand. They are aggressively attacking that deep space as they throw another huck, which is going to be incomplete. It is too fast for that running receiver over there. An inside out throw is going to be too strong coming from Liam Haberfield.
Ireland was right there, but as you mentioned, the pass was a little bit too fast and too strong for her liking.
It did kind of drift away from her as well and where she was running.
So again, so look at the screen here. We see the Philippine Open players preparing for the game. They'll look focused here with China playing New Zealand. Number 8 looking for options. Stall count is
Bongo
rising.
Yang with a nice lefty throw just in the nick of time as he tries to get this reset, and he does so looking for that hook. No cut comes in. He does not like it and he decides to swing it instead.
And looks here, China again has a better flow here.
Ooh!
Great bid, but looks like some collision was made. And
Number
nope.
21 recognizing that bid was a bit too dangerous and immediately calling his own foul out.
which again commends the great spirit we have here in the sport. And hawks it downfield. Will it be in? But no!
A beautiful catch nonetheless by number 23.
But just a little bit too far away from the out of bounds side, or line rather, to even attempt a greatest or tiptoe. As we see here,
New Zealand trying to get their 14th point off this game. Things are clicking for them. Number 37's cannon forehand proving to be a trouble for these Chinese players over here.
and down the middle.
Another deep look ran by New Zealand. They decide not to go for it this time. Number 37 looking for that.
And he's open here, 37 Haberfield. He's open by
New
himself
Zealand
here.
streaking in front of their end zone right now. Looking to punch that 14th goal. And number 17, Samantha Ruhlman, punches in their 14th goal of this game. New Zealand inching away, just a point away from getting that W today. A must-win contest between these two teams. Again, it is the crossovers and it will determine your initial standing come the knockout rounds.
As we see here the replay, inches away from that end zone.
Excellent cutting by Ruhlman over there. Shifting her body weight, making her opponent commit to that and just streaking through that open side to punch it in. Nicholas Whitlock looking ever pumped. Former captain of the U20 squad for New Zealand, towering over his teammates even.
And I believe that was the first break for New Zealand as they increased the deficit by 6.
And the interesting thing about New Zealand is that Liam Haberfield and his cannon forehand now has 4 assists this game. Those throws proving to be such a weapon for this New Zealand team.
Something to watch out for as the tournament progresses. As the tournament progresses, be extremely excited how the playoffs will look like. so far within the mixed division. It's been an exciting match amongst all teams here. Singapore Otters, Japanese mix, and not even mentioning our Philippine mixed team as well. So for all the people viewing this stream, wait for further instructions for those games to be announced on the page.
I am personally excited for the game that will be coming up at 1:15 later, and it will be live on the same channel. So you guys better subscribe. We've got a nice head-to-head game against Japan Open team going up against the Filipino Open squad. Both teams undefeated so far this campaign, and it will not remain the same after that game.
See, look here.
New Zealand loading up that line again, looking to finish this one.
On the flip side here, China still pumped up, trying every inch of their might.
And again, this Chinese squad doing really well on the offensive end so far, especially in the second half. They have yet to give out a break. And this will be the story of the game for them if ever this is the last point. But not just yet, Jonathan, as China is looking to streak.
They're having trouble here, losing options. Upline cut is made, passes a little bit floaty, but he gets it. Or rather, she gets it. Stall count is at 2, judging from the hand signals here. Number 20, Wang, looking for options. Nice break throw to the middle. Hawks it downfield. Is it enough to get a score for China? And she gets it to go. Zhao Zhang for her second goal.
Zhao Zhang is literally everywhere right now with 2 goals now, an assist, a block.
Just I mentioned before the pull was made, China's demeanor is still upbeat and hyped.
And that sky was just amazing as we check back into this replay. Big winding backhand, trusting her teammate right there as Zhang goes vertical and catches that plastic with one hand, punching in their 9th point of the game. And this just, I think, Jonathan, this just proves how intense and how tight these teams really are in reality. It is a game of halves, and New Zealand, kudos to them, was able to take advantage of their physical advantages early on into the game, pulling away in the first half. But China, proving to be an excellent squad, deserving of that reputation for the program that they do have. Again, this is no ordinary team. They were champions in the recent Guangdong regionals, and they are showing why. Unfortunately, that first half will have to be a big factor in this game as New Zealand looks to close this one out and walk away with the W. A quick side stack is called for them. They are looking to isolate someone again. Let's see who it is.
Leaping grab by Haberfield is looking downfield. Number 17, Ruhlman's got the disc. It's all open side here so far. Ireland with the catch here.
And that
it's a
looked
score!
like a drill with how easy they executed this play. An open side to open side to open side play ends up with them keeping their hands in between their pits. Pose it, New Zealand. Congratulations on this win. A tightly contested one at that.
As you look here at the replay, quick flow on the open side for New Zealand. Number 15, Stevenson brings it in with that point to call it a day.
Samantha Ruhlman again dominating the space and being that cutter that they need to start that offense. She has been such a threat, scoring 2 goals into this game, that her in-cuts were easy. And that was the story of the game. China looking to mount that comeback, but has fallen short rather as we wrap this game up. We'll see you again next time. Coming up is the Philippines versus Team Japan Open. We are going to see a head-to-head matchup later. We'll see you guys in a bit. Again, this is presented by Ultiworld, the Asia Oceanic Ultimate Guts and Club Championships here in sunny Alabang. We'll see you guys after this break.